much. Hi, everybody. It's an honor to be here and to be asked to share my coming out story with you. And thanks for the introduction. Yes, I am engaged to my beautiful fiance, Janie, who could not be here tonight, but somebody's recording this for her, I know. And yeah, I grew up in Orange County. I moved to Long Beach when I was 29. I blew past that orange curtain and didn't look back. I did grow up Catholic. I went to 13 years of Catholic school. And, you know, it was the first time I ever remember having an attraction to another female. I was in kindergarten. I was like 5 years old. And I didn't really know at the time what was going on, but I'm like, oh, I saw this little girl, and her name was Melissa. She was so cute, you know, but I kept those feelings obviously to myself. And as I got older, you know, I would see that wasn't normal, you know, especially in Catholic school. And the topic of gay came up in my household, and it wasn't accepted at all. So I had to repress those feelings, you know, and I would continue to have these feelings. I'd want to wear boys' clothes, and then I'd be shamed for wearing boys' clothes, and went through all this stuff, right? And it was a struggle. But in high school, and I didn't really know any gay people. I had a gay cousin that she was kind of an outcast. So I just knew like I couldn't be who I wanted to be or who I really was, or I couldn't embrace it. When I was 16 is when I kind of met my first gay person. I got my first job at the mall at Mrs. Fields Cookies. And across the way was this girl who worked at the Cinnabon. And she went to the local public high school. She had really cool punk rock hair, would dye it all kinds of cool colors. She's really edgy. She had to wear like this bob wig to look normal, you know. And after we closed down, like she'd rip off that wig, and her girlfriend would come visit her, and I would just watch them. I'm like so fascinated by them, right? You know, I'm a little budding lesbian, and I'm like, ooh, you know. And I was like, okay, you know. But I did the normal thing, and I tried to date boys, and I'm like, oh, you know. And I went through the motions, but they never really did it for me. I didn't know they weren't doing it for me because I didn't know any better. But I'm like, okay, you know, I guess this is okay. I kissed a boy, all right, whatever. But when I turned 18, I had a job at, I moved up in the mall to the restaurant as a waitress at the Olive Garden. And that's when I met my first gay friend. His name is Marcos. And he was like super gay and flamboyant and awesome. And he's like, hey, have you ever been to Oz Supper Club in Buena Park? And I'm like, what? Oz? Have you ever been to Oz? And I'm like, no. He's like, it's a gay bar. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, you want to come? I'm like, uh-huh. So we went, and, you know, they had a drag show. And when I went there for the first time, and I saw, like, you know, men with their shirts off dancing with each other and women dancing with women, and I was looking around like, oh, okay, like there are more people like me, and this is where the LGBTQ community can go and just be themselves, or we could be ourselves. You know, and he looked at me and he's like, what's your type? And I'm like, how do you know? I'm like, obvious, right? So that's where I would see my first girlfriend. Saw a girl across the way, had really pretty eyes, and I think for really pretty eyes, my fiance has beautiful blue eyes. We locked eyes, had my first kiss with her, and we had that first kiss. It was like, oh, okay, like that's what it's supposed to feel like. Then I had this also really shortly after, I had this feeling like, well, God made me this way. It can't be wrong, right? Like I just knew that. And so I was like, okay, I embraced it. I didn't fight it. I didn't tell my Catholic mom, but you know, she eventually found out, confronted me in the church parking lot. It didn't go so well. But yeah, and then later on, I would continue to go to Oz, and I ran into that girl from the Cinnabon. Her name is Kelly, and she saw me at Oz, and she looked at me and she's like, I knew it. She was like, I knew it. Yeah, here we are. So yeah, I mean the rest is history. You know, it's not always been easy, but But yeah, I'm super glad I didn't have to hide too long, and I was felt super relieved when I was able to just be myself. So thanks everybody for letting me share.